Good evening, everyone. My name is Dean Birch. I'm with Allied Travel, and as usual, it's a Thursday evening at 7 p.m., and I am broadcasting live from the friendly confines of Carpenter Avenue in Windsor Heights. It is a cool evening in Windsor Heights. I will always report on how my walk went with the dogs, and tonight was a cool evening. I almost thought I should have had gloves on, so the weather is changing. It's potentially going to frost here in Des Moines tonight, so fall is definitely here. We are very excited this evening to have Matt Brightman with us. Matt is our business development manager with AMResorts, and Matt is going to tell you more about AMResorts and what they're all about. But what I will say to you is that AMResorts is a brand of resorts similar to a Marriott or a Hyatt is how I rationalize it. But they're a brand that you may or may not be aware of. But at the end of the presentation, you certainly will be aware of them. I am excited about this evening, not only to have Matt with us, but specifically to be talking about the Caribbean and Mexico. As many of you know, a lot of the world right now is closed for business, and Mexico and the Caribbean are not. Mexico opened for business between June 1 and June 15, and we have had a number of people go to Mexico very successfully, and they've come home with very good reports. They've had a great time, and in fact, my wife Jody has operated a destination wedding just 2 weeks ago in the Riviera Maya. That was about 40 people, and a very successful event. And so we're very happy to let you know that travel to Mexico and the Caribbean is going quite well. I'm sure that Matt, this evening, we will be talking about protocols, perhaps, of the rest of the Caribbean, what that travel might look like from the air to the airport transfers to the resorts, the food and beverage, and what does that really mean? But we'll address those things as we move forward in the presentation. So with that, I'm going to introduce Matt. Matt, as I said, is our business development manager. Matt's in St. Louis, so he's a good Midwestern guy. So Matt, if you're ready, please take it away and tell us about AMResorts.
Thank you very much, Dean. I appreciate the intro. You know, as you said, I am from St. Louis, and I'm taking a break right now from the Cardinals game. We were up 4-0 against the Padres in the playoffs here, so hopefully you guys are all Cardinals fans and not Cubs fans. But either way, I won't hold it against you here. But yeah, you know, so I'm really excited to talk about, you know, the different brands that we have, where we're located, and how that kind of all fits together. I will do a quick review of our safety protocols and whatnot here too. But really, I think now is a great time to travel. Obviously, prices are good. There's some great promotions, but really, especially in Mexico and the Caribbean, both the destination, the hotel, even the airlines, everybody's doing a great job making sure it's as safe as possible. And I've had many clients come back and say that they felt safer at their hotel in Mexico than they feel at their local grocery store and things like that. So, you know, now is definitely a good time to get out there and get away from the craziness that is the world right now. So let's go ahead and jump into it. As you can see on the main screen here, we have 8 brands in total. I'm going to do a quick hit of roughly 6 of these tonight. I won't get too crazy with you. Otherwise, I could keep you here for a couple of hours. But I'll do just a quick review of what they all mean and you know how they all work with our all-inclusive concept. So first, where are we located? We have a lot of properties. Our main spot is definitely in the Cancun Riviera Maya area. So as you can see, we're all around that area. But we're also in Jamaica and the Dominican Republic and Punta Cana. We just opened our first resort in St. Martin. You can see we're on the west coast of Mexico. We have Cabo, Vallarta, Ixtapa, Acapulco, Hualtuco, some places that you probably never even heard of. Down in Costa Rica, Panama, and just within the last year or two, we've also opened our first resorts over in Spain. So, you know, very exciting time for us as a company. We're expanding. We're actually the largest and fastest growing all-inclusive company in the market. You know, so hopefully you have heard of us. You might not have heard that AMResorts name, but some of our, you know, big brands, and I'll go back a slide, Secrets and Dreams, they're probably our most popular. So you might be a little familiar with those. As I mentioned, we are an all-inclusive company, but we really take it to the next level, and we really kind of started that. We've been around for almost 19 years now. We launched back in 2001, I believe, and we've really set ourselves apart from the competition with a couple of the way that we do things. Starting with, of course, ideal beachfront settings. As you could see by the map on the previous screen and all those great destinations that I mentioned, we're always going to be on a great beach. The two in the middle, though, I think really do set us apart. And the first one is no wristbands. I like to say we don't tag you like you're in the hospital. We're not going to give you tan lines. You know, everybody's really on the same level. So when you check in, they don't slap that wristband on you, which is really nice. We also have great gourmet a la carte dining. And the best part about it, no reservations are ever required. So you don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. like you might have to at other all-inclusives. Go wait in line, beg the concierge for that 7 p.m. Reservation at the steakhouse. You don't have to do that. It is a first come, first serve kind of a thing. If you get back a little bit late from an excursion, no need to rush to get dressed and shower and make that 6:30 dinner reservation. So you really have a lot of options. We offer 24-hour room service. We offer, of course, daily maid service and turn down service as well. So again, kind of taking that standard all-inclusive to the next level. When it comes to drinks, of course, they are included, but we do premium top shelf liquor brands. So they will be brands that you recognize: Grey Goose, Johnny Walker, Jim Beam, Tanqueray. When it comes to beer, as Dean mentioned, I'm from St. Louis, so I get this question a lot. We do have U.S. domestic beers at the majority of our destinations. So most of the time it will be Budweiser, Bud Light type of a thing, but we might also have Miller or Coors. And then, of course, we'll have those great local domestic options, the Coronas, the Modelos, the Red Stripes. And, of course, you can have as many drinks as you'd like. Of course, we have world-class spas. I almost think that goes without saying, but we do single treatment cabins. We do couple treatments. We do treatments on the beach. We have hydrotherapy, which is what I like to do. So I'll show you a couple of pictures of those later on in the presentation. Pool and beach wait service is another staple for AMResorts. So no need to get up out of your chair at the pool or the beach. We will have wait staff coming around, taking your drink orders, taking your food orders, and of course, all gratuities are included. Now, we don't discourage against tipping. You are allowed to do it, but everything is included. We also have these really great swim up bars, like you kind of see in the picture here. So if you want to congregate, you can do that. We do have them open at the moment. So, it's a little bit different than usual. It's just a little bit more social distancing in place, things like that. But we do have our swim up bars open. And then lastly, we have great entertainment options. We have different activities throughout the day. We might start with yoga in the morning, water aerobics, beach volleyball, bocce ball, a lot of fun, different things. We have, again, kind of tweaked that slightly to make sure that social distancing can be maintained. We also have live nightly entertainment at the majority of our properties. And I like to joke, it's not just our entertainment staff playing dress up. We bring in outside companies to put on, first-rate, top-class shows. All right, moving on. I did, as Dean mentioned, I wanted to touch on what we're doing, in property to make sure that everybody's as safe as possible. Of course, I'm sure you guys have heard the news. You have to wear a mask when you're on the plane. When you land in Mexico or another destination, they might do a health screening, have you fill out some paperwork, possibly make you do a temperature check. Some destinations are requiring a negative COVID test. Mexico is not one of those destinations. And as we continue to see improvements, I know a lot of, the Dominican Republic and Jamaica are starting to curtail back some of those restrictions. But in Mexico, you do not need a negative test. So after you arrive, go through customs, get on your transportation, they'll take you right up to the lobby here at the hotel. We will do a temperature check and have you fill out a health questionnaire. You will be asked to continue to wear your masks until you finish that quick health screening. But after that, you do not have to wear masks on property unless you're standing in line. So if there's any reason you're waiting in line to be seated at a restaurant or at the lunch place, then you might be required to wear a mask. But otherwise, we just ask that you maintain your social distancing and do what you need to do. Now we are sanitizing, doing some extra sanitation throughout all the high touch areas. We're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Of course, we'll have hand sanitizer out throughout the property. But a really cool thing that we're doing, once we clean the rooms, and we're doing a heavy cleaning as well as wrapping up all of those high touched surfaces. So the iPads we have in rooms, the remote control, some of the bathroom amenities, they'll be all wrapped up in a sealed bag. And then we'll put a tag on the door so you'll know that somebody's been in, they've cleaned it, and nobody has been in since then. So you'll know once you arrive, everything is safe and clean. We're also doing QR codes. So you may have seen this throughout, even the US. If you've had the opportunity to go out to dinner, a lot of people aren't doing their standard menus. So we are not either. So you just scan with your phone and you can see the menu right there on your phone. We're doing the same with activities. So instead of handing out a paper every night with the next day's activities, you'll scan that QR code and you can see everything that's going on. We are certified by a third-party company, and actually a lot of these things we've done prior to COVID. Of course, we added stuff, but we've been working with the Crystal certification for a long time, and they are internationally recognized as a third-party service that comes in and verifies that you're doing everything that you say you're doing. So again, we are recognized by a third party, so everything is safe and you can feel pretty comfortable. We do have some restaurant closures, or we're rotating them nightly, so that'll be based on occupancy, but we will have all of our standard restaurants open at some point during your stay. We also have our buffets open, but it's no longer a self-serve. We do have wait staff. So that's just one of the ways that we continue to adapt to this current situation. I did post a 3-minute video link in the chat. So if you have the opportunity, just copy that, watch it after the presentation here. Just a quick 3-minute video, and it'll do probably a better job than what I just spent 5 minutes on reviewing everything for you here. Dean, anything to add with regards to safety protocols with the airlines, the transfers, anything like that?
Well, I did want to mention that the key issue while we're on the subject, we get a lot of questions about what is our opinion of should the client travel or not travel. And I think it's very important that everyone understand that this is an individual decision that everyone has to make on their own. I think the bottom line is that if the client does have any pre-existing health conditions, that would be something that would be of concern to us. But if the client is the traveling client is very healthy with no pre-existing conditions, then I think our recommendation is going to be it would be safe to travel. Ultimately, I think it does come down to the decision between the client and their attending physician, and I think that's where those decisions are made as people ask us our recommendations. So Matt, go ahead.
Well said, Dean. Thank you very much. All right, so next I wanted to just do a quick overview of how all of our brands really fit together and what they mean. Zoetry is our boutique brand. So they're all less than 100 rooms, and this is where you might want to go if you're really looking to disconnect from the world. Obviously, crazy stuff going on back home, politics, COVID, maybe your work situation's been a little hectic. This is where you go to get waited on hand and foot. And we really take things to the next level here at Zoetry. So we do things like free worldwide calling, a welcome bottle of tequila or rum. Every day you get champagne and fresh fruit delivered to your room. You know, the wait staff, they know your favorite drink. They know your favorite spot at the pool or the beach. They'll have it ready for you in the morning. It's that type of atmosphere. But, you know, it'll cost you a little bit more, and it's more of a specific type of a niche. So we don't do a lot of entertainment. This is where you go, like I said, to lay on the beach, sip your margarita, your mojito, have some great food, listen to some music or read a book. It's that type of atmosphere. We will do some entertainment, some tequila tastings, and maybe a pianist at night while you're having dinner or for your nightcap, but no extravagant shows. Next, we have Secrets and Breathless. There are 2 adult-only brands, so you do have to be 18 years or older to go to either Secrets or Breathless. Secrets has more of a focus on romance, so it's a great option for, you know, honeymooners, anniversary celebrations, or just your general romantic getaway. Breathless is a little bit more active, a little bit more fun and social, you know, so great for traveling with a group or maybe a bachelor party, that kind of a feel. Dreams Now and Reflect, they are our core family-friendly brands. So Dreams, we really gear to both couples and couples with children. So we get a good mix of both. So we tend to be looking at, again, either those couples looking to get away, or that core nuclear family, mom and dad with their younger kids, maybe they're 6 and 8 or 8 and 10. Now, very similar, but they're really focused on multi-generational travel. Maybe grandma and grandpa are tagging along, or you have a wide range of ages to your kids. Not only do you have the 6 and the 8-year-old, but you also might have a 13 and a 16-year-old. So we really are trying to bring everybody together. I'm going to skip Reflect, and then I'm going to skip Alua. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about Sunscape, which is at, you know, as you can see, the bottom of the pyramid. So this one is more of our 4-star option. We dial back the amenities a little bit, but it makes it a little bit more affordable. It's great for those families that want to really ensure that their kids have a great vacation experience. You know, so it makes it a little bit more affordable. It's also a safe, fun, all-inclusive vacation. All right, so as we move on, I'm going to talk about our adult-oriented brands, Zoetry, Secrets, and Breathless. So, you know, I was talking about Zoetry and everything that it included, you know, makes it great for those anniversary celebrations, those honeymoons that, again, want those very nice, you know, just relaxing honeymoon, very private weddings, but also great for a spa getaway. So if you're looking to do a girlfriend's getaway, maybe you're looking to take your mom, maybe, you know, a grandma, whatever the case may be, or a mom-daughter type trip. It could be a great spa getaway. And as I mentioned, we really take things to the next level. So I mentioned the welcome bottle of liquor, the free worldwide calling. We refresh the mini bar twice a day, so you're all covered. We include a spa treatment. So again, we really take things to the next level, and you almost can't even think of it as a standard all-inclusive. It is top-notch, 5-star type experience. But as I mentioned, all less than 100 rooms. Our smallest is 35 rooms. So you really can have a great experience. And that's on the island of Isla Mujeres, just a 20-minute boat ride from Cancun. But I wanted to show you a couple of pictures to show you kind of what they look like, you know, what type of experience you might expect when you're staying at a Zoetry. Next, we have our Secrets brand. So as I mentioned, great for romance, great for adult-only weddings, spa getaways as well, honeymoons, vow renewals, any type of romantic escape, really. But what's important to note, really about all of our resorts across all of our brands, but especially so with the Secrets brand, We're not a cookie cutter hotel chain. Every property will have their own unique experience and their unique selling points. And that's why using a travel advisor is so important. They can really tell you which one will fit the experience that you're looking for. So as you can see, we have some that sit alone and they're excluded on just an amazing beach. And we have others that are in the hotel zone in Cancun, also on an amazing beach, but that's more active, and you can get off property, things like that. So we really do have a lot of different experiences. So make sure you do talk to Dean and his team to figure out which one might work best for you. Breathless, again, this picture really sums it up. It's fun, it's energetic, it's South Beach meets Vegas. So great for those reunions, maybe high school, sorority, fraternity reunions, bachelorette parties, a girlfriend's getaway, milestone birthdays if you have one of those coming up, or maybe you missed your birthday this year and you need to have your big 40th birthday next year. That's what Breathless is all about. And I got some great pictures here. It shows you, it transforms at night. So people tend to get a little bit more dressed up in the evening, go out for a great dinner, have some great handcrafted, curated cocktails. During the day, you're spending the time at the pool. We might have the DJ there. We also do a lot of activities at night. We do fun Gatsby parties and whiteout parties, some great shows. So as I mentioned, very active, very lively. But this is not the resort where you go to dinner and then you go back to your room afterwards. You are going to go out, you're going to have fun, you're going to meet some new people. So it's a very fun type of a style. It's one of my favorite experiences, is going and spending 3 or 4 nights at a Breathless. When we move over to those family-friendly brands, I think I covered them pretty well. Dreams, Now, and Sunscape are the 3 that I'm focusing on. Dreams, perfect, exactly what you see here. Mom and dad with their 2 younger kids, or those couples, maybe you can't quite afford the secrets, or you're going with another couple, so couples definitely fit in here as well. So great for those family vacations, still great for honeymoons, great for a destination wedding, but that will have kids on the guest list. With Now, as I kind of referenced, great for multi-generational travel. And I think this next picture really shows you that. You got grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, and their two younger kids. And as I mentioned, can also be great for those teenagers as well. And I'll get to some pictures and I'll show you some of the fun things we have to do for our kids and our teenagers. But we do have, what's important, we do have an Explorers Club for our younger kids, ages 3 to 12. Where you can drop your kids off. We have Red Cross certified sitters, and they'll do some fun activities throughout the day. Mom and dad can get away. They can have a nice dinner. Don't worry, we'll feed your kids. So a lot of fun options there. And then we also have our core zone at the majority of our family properties, and that's for our teenagers. So kids ages 13 to 17, where we have video games, DJ classes, skee ball, foosball, pool, ping pong, all of those fun types of things. So we really do have something for everybody. And then lastly, as I mentioned, Sunscape, great for that worry-free, all-inclusive experience. We do dial back the amenities a little bit, but maybe mom and dad aren't too worried about the top shelf liquor. We still have great recognizable liquor brands, but maybe instead of Grey Goose, it'll be Smirnoff. Instead of Johnny Walker, it'll be Jim Beam. So still great recognizable brands, but we do dial it down a little bit. Mom and dad might not be worried about it. They want to make sure their kids have a great experience. We don't necessarily have 24-hour room service, but again, mom and dad aren't too worried about that. They want to make sure their kids are having fun and it's at an affordable price. Also, Sunscape is great for those travelers seeking unique destinations. Maybe you've done Cancun, maybe you've done Punta Cana, and you're looking for something like Cozumel or Curacao or Ixtapa. We have those options, so something different. All right, I wanted to show you some of our fun photos. I know that's always a cool part of the presentation. You can see what we really have to offer. But as I mentioned, we're not a cookie cutter hotel chain, so every property can be a little different design, different colors, but we really have it all. We have king size beds, we have double beds, we have suites that have a living area. We have ocean views, we have tropical views, We have pool views, of course. A lot of our bathrooms will have double vanities. We'll have soaking tubs. We'll have rain showers. We have the swim up rooms that are, of course, very famous. So that's always fun, and you have the opportunity to do that. We have the true swim ups like you see in the upper right-hand corner and the lower right-hand corner. We have those that offer a little bit more privacy, and then we have those that are right there out on the beach where you can go from your room to the pool to the beach. I mean, it looks pretty amazing, right? We also have those that have a little terrace you can lay out, and then you can get into the water. And then lastly, if you're up on a higher floor, you get those better ocean views typically. Maybe you can't have the swim out, but we do have a lot of options that have you know, a jacuzzi out on the balcony as well. So really something for everyone. When it comes to our pools, of course, we have amazing pools, and we are taking extra safety precautions with our pools as well, ensuring that multiple times throughout the day, you know, I think double at least than what we normally do to make sure they have the right balance of chemicals to ensure safety. But again, we have some really neat designed pools. We have swim up bars, as I mentioned. We have some pools, especially like you see up in the top right, where everybody can kind of find their own place. You know, you can get away from the crowd a little bit. We have the one on the bottom left. That's an adult only pool at one of our family properties. So we do have options like that where we have adult only sections, adult only pools, adult only restaurants. So even if you are traveling at a family friendly resort, you can manage to still get away from those kiddos. Next, I promised I'd show you some pictures of our hydrotherapy. This is what I like to do. I don't necessarily like massages very often, but going in, relaxing at the hydrotherapy is just an amazing experience. It's very relaxing. And I swear one time I went down with a kink in my neck. I did this and it was immediately better. So some of our preferred club categories, which I didn't necessarily get into, but one of our upper room categories, they will include hydrotherapy access during your stay. So you can go and utilize the spa without actually getting a treatment if that's not really what you're looking to do. As you can see, we have indoor hydrotherapy. We have outdoor hydrotherapy. The one in the upper left is absolutely amazing. It's at our property at Secrets Hualtuco in Hualtuco, Mexico. That's on the Pacific side, and it's up on the top floor and just offers amazing views of the Pacific Ocean. The picture in the top right is at one of our new properties called Dreams Natura in the Riviera Maya, and this one is designed to look like a cenote, which is an underground river and cave system. So this one is man-made, but as you can see, still has a very cool vibe to it. You know, who wouldn't want to go and enjoy that area? When it comes to the kids, you know, as I mentioned, we have a lot of options. We have full-blown water parks at some of our properties where we have slides for kids of all ages, assuming that they're tall enough. And then we also have these great splash parks for our younger kids, ages 3 to 12. The picture at the bottom left, that is our flow rider pool or surf pool, and that's at our brand new Dreams Vista, which just opened up here in July or so after the pandemic started. And it's just an amazing property. It's already the #6 resort in Cancun on TripAdvisor, and it's only been open for 2 to 3 months, which is just an amazing feat. But really, it's got the fun stuff for the kids there. You can see the rock climbing wall, the flow rider pool, and the splash park for those younger kids. So we really do have options for whatever type of vacation you are looking for. So as I begin to wrap it up here, before I hand it back over to Dean and we go over some questions, I wanted to talk about a couple of the promotions, one of which that we're offering right now. So this one does have a little bit of a window to it. So we did extend this promotion, so it does need to be booked by November 10th, but you can travel anytime between now and the end of next year. And this is what you get if you book this travel freely promotion. You get a free night on your original booking. So if you're looking to travel, let's say in January or maybe in December of this year, you will earn 1 free night on that booking, which is fantastic. we're also going to give you a free upgrade. So that upgrade is pretty much 90% guaranteed. I won't go into all the specifics, but you're almost guaranteed that upgrade, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you book a tropical view room, we're going to upgrade you to an ocean view room, which saves you a little bit of money. We also are going to offer a free welcome amenity if you're staying at one of our adult-only properties. So you'll have a welcome bottle of champagne in your room, or chocolate-covered strawberries. Depends on the destination, but you'll have something in there. If you're looking to travel with your family to one of our family-friendly properties, kids stay free as a part of this promotion. So that can save you some big bucks on that family vacation. Normally, we do have our kids stay free promotion, but we only run it in what we call our low season, which would be roughly right now when the kids are just getting back into school. So to be able to have, kids stay free option during our busy season, which would be, the winter months, or our second busiest season, which would be the summer, that's a really, really great option. So consider that if you're looking to travel with your family. We're also going to give you some in-resort coupons to utilize on some of our extra amenities. And best part, we're going to offer you a free night certificate for a return stay. Now that return stay certificate can be utilized at any one of our participating resorts, so you don't have to go back to the same property, and it's valid for travel through 2022. So you have a lot of flexibility, and Dean and the team at Allied Travel can really, get that booked for you. So that helps you save some money, and it's just a great opportunity. So that's a really fun promotion. It just has a little bit of a window on it, like I mentioned. Has to be booked by November 10th and travel at some point between now and the end of next year. If you're looking to travel with a group, I did just want to hit on our group savings for every season promotion. So this we offer free rooms year-round if you're traveling with a group. So depending on the time of year, we do offer either every 5th room, every 6th room, or every 7th room free. So when you're traveling with that group, you can get that free room, which will help with the cost. If you're going to be the group leader, maybe you can get your room for free, or you can be really generous and you can split that money up amongst the group so that everybody saves a little bit of money. So you do have some options there. If you get up to 10 rooms or more, we're also going to throw in some extra benefits like a private cocktail for the group, a semi-private dinner, spa discounts, and some other extra benefits. So we, again, offer this year-round. We only have a few blackout dates, and that's Christmas, Easter, and President's Day. If you're like me and you always wonder why the heck President's Day, I don't have a good answer for you. I think it has something to do with teachers and a 3-day weekend. I don't know, but it's always one of the busiest weekends of the year. It's also very close to Valentine's Day, so maybe that has something to do with it. But other than those 3 weeks of the year, you can utilize this promotion if you're looking to travel with a group. So again, hopefully you learned a little bit today. Hopefully I have inspired you guys to travel and hopefully to travel with AMResorts. But Dean, I will hand it back to you. And if we have any questions, I would encourage anybody to type them into the chat box or the question box, and Dean and I can get to you on those. Of course, you can always follow up with Dean and his team. They have my contact information, and I'm certainly available to help. But with that, Dean, I'll pass it back to you.
Great, thank you very much, Matt. I will further mention, many of you already know this, but I've owned Allied Travel for over 30 years, and over those years have traveled extensively. In addition to myself, all of the agents in the office travel extensively as well. And as Matt has reviewed these resorts, I would venture to guess that we have either stayed at or we've done site inspections at probably about 90% of these resorts. So what that means is that we have that hands-on destination knowledge to sit down with you to really talk to you as a client, determine what specifically you're looking for in a destination and a resort. Are you looking for a resort that has the best beach, or is the pool your priority? Do you want the best spa? Do you want the best water park for your children? Those kinds of things. So it's our job to sit down with you. That could be in person at our office. It could be a Zoom meeting over the phone or over the internet. But our job is to assist you really to choose the destination that meets your needs, and then also the specific resort that meets your needs. One of the things that becomes kind of apparent as Matt is making his presentation is, gosh, this is a little confusing to me. There are lots of options here. Well, that's our job. Our job is to help you kind of sort through all of that, and then to make recommendations to you that really specifically meet your needs. So, Matt, are any questions that have come up that are apparent to you right now?
I have not seen any questions come through just yet. Just a quick reminder from my part, I did post that link to our, what we call our Clean Complete verification for COVID. So go feel free to check that 3-minute video out after we wrap things up here. I think Ingrid was also going to follow up with everybody afterwards, maybe tomorrow, not sure. And she'll also send you that link just in case. And just know that, we really are doing everything to make sure that if and when you travel, that you will be able to do so safely and with confidence.
I do want to talk just a little bit about hotel occupancy and what's going on right now. But in June, the hotels opened and their goals were to be about 30% occupancy. And then right now, they're shooting for 50%. And by the end of December to be at that 60% kind of range. But I think you can imagine with those kinds of occupancy levels, you have access to all that infrastructure, and there very honestly has never been a better time to travel. Never been a better time to travel from the standpoint of price, and there's never been a better time to travel from the standpoint of taking full advantage of these resorts and the beach with not a lot of people there. So please keep that in mind. Of course, all that tempered by your personal health and safety, that would be dictated by your personal needs. Matt, how about questions now?
Still nothing. So I assume that means that we did just a fantastic job and covered as much as we could possibly cover in these 40 or 45 minutes or so. As you mentioned, Dean, I know AMResorts, we do have a lot of product, and it is very challenging to review everything in the short time that we have. So kind of just to reiterate your point, that is why you're there. Again, I've seen not all of our properties, believe it or not, we're up to like almost 80 hotels now, if you include the properties that we have over in Europe. I want to say we probably have about 55 or so opened in the Mexico, Caribbean area. So I'm only missing a couple of those, and some of them we just opened, this year. So between you and I think you're probably right. We've seen the majority of these. We can kind of recommend which one would fit best to the client. That's what we're here for. So thanks for everybody for attending, and if you're interested, make sure that you do follow up with Dean, and he'll get you all set up.
Well, I will further mention that very honestly, and I say this humbly, this really is our wheelhouse. This is our specialty. This is what we really do well. We also specialize in destination weddings. If any of you do have daughters, sons, grandsons, granddaughters that are going to be doing a destination wedding in the next year or two, we do have a member of our staff, my wife Jody Valentine, who does specialize in destination weddings. And I will just say that she's the very best at what she does. And if you're thinking about that, you really need to be talking to her. With that, I will wrap things up, but I will mention that on October the 15th, we will be having our next webinar. That's 2 weeks from this evening at 7 p.m. That evening, we will feature American Cruise Line, and specifically, we're going to be talking about a group cruise that Allied Travel is doing in early April, and we will be featuring a cruise on the southern Mississippi, the Mississippi River, so a domestic cruise. It will be a cruise that will originate in New Orleans and end in New Orleans through the lower Mississippi, and it will have a Civil War-based theme. So that will be featured on October the 15th, and we hope to have you with us in 2 weeks on that Thursday evening. In addition, many of you are aware that we do have a promotion going on as far as webinar participants, but we do invite you to go to our website, click on our events tab. On that tab, there is a virtual passport that you can download and print. And then in each of our webinars, we do announce a password. And then at the end of the webinar series in November, you can fill out that virtual passport, add all of the passwords, and then those will all go into a drawing for an Allied Travel gift certificate. But I will let you know that tonight's password is secrets, so please make a note of that, and don't forget to submit that virtual passport at the end of the series. So with that, we know that you all are very busy. We are grateful that you have chosen to participate on the webinar this evening. I will again let you know that we're open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. We are open for business in the office every day, all day, and we look forward to hosting you at any time or meeting you at any time on a Zoom conference call as well. So with that, I'll say thank you very much, and I'll wish you all a good evening and enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Dean. Take care, everybody.